What's going on, everyone? It's Mike, it's John back again, and this is the match debrief from last night. However, before we start, we just want to continue. We are sponsored by Flyers Indoor Golf. Go over to the website, check them out. Make sure you continue to support them and love them. They are great guys over there, and me and John both look forward to seeing you for the Roma game there. Before we start, I wanted to talk fundamentally about a young lad. I mentioned it in yesterday's video. His dad reached out to me regarding Freddie Brewer, who is 7 today. Now, without sounding horrible, we don't usually do birthday shout-outs on the channel because we do get a few requests and we can't always do them because there is loads. But it's a real shame for Freddie because he's currently sitting in hospital following a stroke where he had on a horrible, unexpected trampolining accident. So I just wanted to say from me, and I'm sure John will chip in a second, but I just wanted to say from me, a big shout out to Freddie and Luke, his dad, on his birthday. We send our love and support, and we hope you recover soon, mate. I know you were going to come to Flyers to see us before the game for Roma, and I know you're not able to do that anymore, unfortunately. So just love from us to you there. And Flyers have agreed that for a game that you can make, you, your dad, and some of your friends can all come and sit in one of the booths there before the game, a nice, comfortable environment, just on Flyers, and we'll put you in touch with them to get it all sorted. So Flyers chipping in there. We hope you enjoy your birthday message. There is a GoFundMe page as well to support Luke and maybe give him a treat at the end of all this, Luke and Freddie, and just, yeah, hopefully give Luke and Freddie a bit of a pick-me-up. They've gone through a tough time. The whole family's gone through a tough time, especially Freddie. But sending our love from the Blue Boys Network. And John, I'm sure you want to chip in, pal.
Yeah, I just want to echo that. I mean, 7 years of age for something like that to happen it's unheard of, you know, so it must be horrendous for little Freddie and his family to see that happening, and obviously how it's happened as well. So yeah, I think Flyers have been really good here. I echo everything you've just said. If there's any more me and Michael can do as a channel we can do to help Freddie and his family, just let us know. But I want to echo what Michael said as well. Hopefully you make a speedy and full recovery, Freddie, and happy birthday from me.
There you go. There you go. Big happy birthday from Big John. Right, well, you're going to enjoy this video, Freddie, because John, I suspect, is about to absolutely lose it. So I'm going to leave it with John. John, did you enjoy the second half last night?
No. Listen, it was chalk and cheese. It's a pre-season friendly, and I'm sick of people saying to me it's a pre-season friendly. I said the other week on this channel, I don't care what it is. I want to see Everton win football matches. And the second half performance yesterday was nothing short of a disgrace. Friendly or not, I thought the mentality from the first minute of the second half, the mentality from when Everton conceded the first goal was shocking. I know it was a makeshift defence. You know, they've got Jake O'Brien, probably he wasn't playing with a recognised centre-half. But for me, Michael, it's the same players week in, week out who aren't doing enough for that blue shirt. And again, people are going to say, well, calm down, John. It's a friendly. How can you go on one? How can you pick certain players out? I'm going to pick 2 certain players out here. But also, for me, every player in the second half deserves no recognition to be an Everton football player, in my opinion. But the 2 players that I want to pick out, again, is Nathan Patterson and James Garner. Now, for some reason, by all accounts, David Moyes rates James Garner. I'll ask everyone this question and put your answer in the comments. Does James Garner take Everton to the next level? Do you win stuff with having someone like a James Garner and a Nathan Patterson in your team? I will answer the question for you. No, you don't. How many half-decent Premier League teams does Nathan Patterson and James Garner get in? Absolutely none. This was a big season coming up for Everton Football Club. It was a massive transfer window coming up for the football club. And if the sort of players, the likes of Nathan Patterson, I won't stop there, I'll carry on, because I want to ask Michael this question. I did put it in our group chat this morning. When you've got a Nathan Patterson, when you've re-signed a Michael Keane, when you've re-signed a Seamus Coleman, not to dig at Seamus Coleman, I just don't think he will get himself up to full fitness again to play many more games for Everton. When you've got a James Garner, when you've got a Beto, when you've got 5 or 6 players like that, the first names that were on the team sheet last, obviously Michael Keane wasn't, but the others were. He played most weeks. Beto was playing most weeks. Patterson was in and around it. Ashley Young, you asked me a question now, who would you rather have at right back? Nathan Patterson or a 40-year-old Ashley Young? I pick Ashley Young. I look at it in hindsight, and people go on about, well, it's a big transfer window. We need to bring players in. As I said this morning in our group, we've got to replace players who have left this squad in the summer. The players that I've just named are not good enough to push us on with this apparent newfound project that Everton is now. So you've also got to try and replace them. That's leading to 10, 11, 12 players, which doesn't happen. So, yeah, we might bring in better quality than what we've got, but you're still going to have your Nathan Pattersons, your James Garners, your Michael Keanes still in and around the match day squad because we lost that many players in the summer at the end of their contracts. So for me, yeah, it was a big job that David Moyes had on his hands. I've watched us now in these last three pre-season friendlies. Not a big job. It's a fucking huge job.
I couldn't believe the second half. Like, I couldn't believe the second half because I thought it was so poor. I thought it was lackluster. I actually thought the first half we played well, but we didn't have any cutting edge, and we're used to that almost. I'm used to seeing that. I'm used to experiencing that. But the second half last night, I thought it was poor. You mentioned Nathan Patterson and James Garner. I thought Alcaraz was poor as well, if I'm being honest.
He was, yeah. I was going to start him in my list before when I said about the players who could push us on. I was that sort of an advocate for Alcaraz when we had him on loan to say, yeah, I wouldn't mind him. I think there's a player there. He nothing in pre-season to back that up of my thoughts from last season.
No. And that's the thing that I'm concerned about, if I'm being honest. That's the thing that I'm concerned about the most. I just think I think we're so behind where we needed to be, and I think it was abundantly obvious. The other thing you mentioned, because you said you were going to ask me a question in a minute, so I'm sort of trying to preempt your question.
No, so the question was, the players I mentioned was how many of them push us on?
Well, 0.
There's 5 or 6 players. There's 5 or 6 players. Plus
0.
Exactly.
And the other concern I have is you mentioned it a few times last night, and at first I thought, oh, you're just being a bit
moody.
Yeah. But as the second half went on, I sat there and went, yet again, our boy John's right, to be fair to him. And you were mentioning about silly fouls. And how many did we give away?
Mate, it wasn't just last night. We done it last season for the majority of the season. Every time the opposition's midfielder gets the ball and picks it up, we don't try and put a tackle in on the player. We don't try and muscle in on the player and win the ball back. We give them stupid fucking share pulls away or a foul, or he'll just whip them up and clip the heels. Because as you said last night when I mentioned it, we're probably more up to speed than Bournemouth. So, that to me, that doesn't matter because it just didn't happen last night. It happened last season, and it's happened on seasons gone by. It's the same people, the same players, giving the same stupid sort of fouls away week in, week out, because they've got no pace, they've got no footballing brain, knowing how to tackle properly, knowing how to put their body between the opposition and the ball to come away from it. They've got nothing up there to do it. It's foul after foul after foul.
Yeah, just to caveat your comment there, I did say that during the first half because
you did,
Because in the second half, I absolutely wouldn't have said it because I thought we were so far off Bournemouth in the end. And the other thing that I mentioned in our group is Bournemouth made 11 changes during that second half. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Everton made 3.
We didn't make a change till the 55th minute,
and that in a pre-season game speaks volumes about where this squad is at. We've gone there. You looked at the squads that they've got, that Bournemouth have got, and that their list, their team sheet was about 7 players longer than ours on the subs bench. Right? The job we've got is huge, and talking about the transfers, the rumours, it looks like we're going to get the young lad from Bayern Munich. It looks like that he's done. He's having his medical today, I believe, or over the next 24 hours. It's been reported, and I'm fairly confident he'll sign as an Everton player. But this Malik Fofana, me and you sat here last night, we did a video, and neither of us said it would happen. And then today it comes out that it doesn't look like it is going to happen. It looks like he's waiting for a club in the Champions League, like we said. So,
do you blame him?
No.
Would you sign for Everton? Would you sign for Everton if you were someone like Fofana?
No, I wouldn't.
I know I'm going to get so much shit for this video, but listen, we always say on here it's all about opinions. And my opinions differ from a lot of people, an awful lot of people. But when you're linked with someone like Malik Fofana, this is just a perfect example of Everton turning round to us at the end of the transfer window when we missed out on so many of our targets on that list that the manager's got, for us to hear yet again, well, we tried. It's pointless trying with someone like a Malik Fofana because straight away it looks like he's snubbed us. You've got journalists who were reporting yesterday that we were in advanced talks with him and his camp are now backtracking. It's not happening. Move on.
What do you think Moyes does in this transfer window then?
But mate, honest to God, exactly what I've just said. Listen, I do think we'll bring better players in than what we've got. Some better players than what we've got, but that's not hard when they've only got competition like Nathan Patterson and James Garner and Michael Keane, and we've got no one on the right. So it's not hard to bring someone in who was better than Jack Harrison for 2 years. On the flip side of that, I think Millsy's hit the nail on the head. I actually think Jack Harrison comes back. I honestly think Jack Harrison comes back for this football club. So what do we think David Moyes does in this window? I don't think he gets all his targets. He might get 3, 4, but we need more than that. I think Barry was quite high on his transfer list. We got him over the line. The left backs come from nowhere. We needed a backup keeper. I think we've got a decent backup keeper in Mark Travers for £5 million. I think it's going to be the perfect example again of us as fans hearing at the end of the window, we tried, but it was a tough window because of the position Everton have been in for the last couple of years. It was hard to get the targets we wanted when clubs who were in the Champions League were offering them European football. And as I said on a voice note this morning in our group, you can try and sell the project all you want as Everton manager David Moyes. He done well since he come back in. You can turn around and say, we've got a brand new stadium on the banks of the Royal Blue Mersey. We've got new owners. Players these days don't give a shit if they're playing football in my back garden, mate. They either want big wedge or they want European football. And unfortunately, Everton can't offer them the latter. We can't offer them the big money as well. We can. But this freaking group aren't going to put us in the same position that we've been in for years by spunking money up the wall, by throwing it around like you're in a toy shop as a kid. I actually think the job that we've got as a football club and David Moyes has got as a manager is a lot bigger than what we all anticipated. I really, really do.
So, me and you did a predictions video. We said that Everton would finish 8th. If you was doing that predictions video right now, where would it be?
With the way the transfer window's gone, I'll say 14th. And I will still say 14th if we bring another 2 or 3 quality players in. Because as you pointed out this morning on a voice note to us, it's all right bringing 3, 4, 5, 6 players in. You've got to gel them in the team. You've missed out on 3/4 of a pre-season, and this is why it needed to be done. So for me, you can bring another 2 or 3 quality players in, but when you've still got players in and around that squad, like a Charlie Alcaraz, yeah, I know a lot of people are going to say, give him the benefit of the doubt, he's just signed for permanent. Whatever you want to say, you can say it. But when you've got bang average players in and around the squad who were there last season and who were there with the season before, who were there the season before that when he struggled, you can add 2 or 3 quality players to that. It's not enough. I still think if we add another 2 or 3 quality players to the squad we've got now, we still finish anything between 12th and 15th.
It's sad, isn't it? Because the one thing I would say, and look, I'm not an advocate for this, by the way, I'm not. But I think Everton finished 11th in the last season under Roberto Martinez, and Farhad Moshiri become the Everton owner in the February of that season. Martinez was sacked, we brought in Ronald Koeman. And before that season even started, we spent a lot of money. And the season after with Ronald Koeman, we actually qualified for Europe. We signed Pickford. I think we signed Michael Keane. We signed players like Sigurdsson and David Klaassen. I think Balassi was that window. I think we signed Wayne Rooney, etc., etc., etc. We signed Sandro Ramirez. We spent a lot of money. And we pushed ourselves into Europe from 11th. Now, I look at the situation we're in now, and we've got these new owners and this new team, backroom staff, recruitment, whatever you want to call them. And we've been told about aspirations of grandeur and getting Everton back to where they should be, and all of these positive things from the freaking group. And I sit there and I think, I can't sit here and say I'm excited, because I was excited. I was one of those fans that was really excited. Me and you clashed because I was excited and you were more pessimistic. And you know, yet again, unless something drastically changes and these players come in that we sign and they hit the ground running and we, we become really solid, we're going to finish mid-table. Just, finishing anywhere between 9th and 17th, apart from prize money in the Premier League, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just, you just exist. And I honestly thought that this season, I'm not saying we were going to get in Europe. I'm not. But we would at least have something to play for in the latter games of the season and it not be looking over our shoulder at relegation. And I'm looking at this squad of players. I'm looking at where we are as a team. I'm looking at the pre-season. I'm looking at the injuries we've already got and the fact that we had one centre-half last night, and we've got 3 further pre-season games to go. I mean, that is criminal. The fact that there wasn't even a young lad that could come in from the under-23s and step in at centre-half. There wasn't even that. No,
right, even the player we had playing at centre-half last night, yeah, he's a recognised centre-half, but he didn't even play there last season. He played at right-back.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. You look at the whole team, and it's just we need so much done. All that optimism that I had has gone. And look, we're not going to be in a relegation battle, and I'm not going to sit here miserable. And I'm sure we're going to have some ups next season. I'm sure we're going to have some lows next season. But yesterday really hit me. It really hit me on where this is, and the optimism, and I just want to know where this squad of players is come September the 1st, and where to then expect my expectations. Are we in a relegation battle? Are we going to finish mid-table? Are we aiming for Europe, or are we going to win the league? And that's all I want at this point, because I'm fed up. Every video me and you do, we talk about we're linked with this player, it's exciting, it's good, it's great. Me and you had a big smile on our face last night talking about Malik for final. We had a massive smile on our face, and within 3 hours of me waking up this morning, it comes out and he goes, "Yeah, I don't want to sign for Everton." Why are we constantly doing it to ourselves? Me included. I'm questioning myself. Why do we do it, John? And we mentioned it yesterday. We're fickle fans. I wanted to slap myself this morning when I read that. I wanted to slap myself.
What I want is direction. I want to see where these new owners want to take the club. And it's all right running us like a business, and it's all right speaking about what we spoke about the other night with the priority tickets and getting put in a ballot. Yeah, Liverpool do it. Tottenham have started doing it. Man United do it because they run like a business. They run, well, apart from Man United, they're not run properly, but I think this is what they're trying to do now. But it's all right hitting the fans in the pocket by taking membership money off them and then sort of backtracking on what you were promised with that membership, because that's what's happened. Now, you, me, and every Everton fan included, we moan about Everton. I'm one of the biggest moaners, I think, on the Everton fan base when it comes to this football club, because I pick this to moan about, I pick that to moan about, you moan about stuff, Millsy moans about stuff. But if we seen progression on the pitch, and we seen Everton progressing year on year, and we seen us ebbing up that table each season, getting higher and higher and higher, and going further in cup competitions, all these things that we moan about, we'd sort of just accept it and take it, because we could see that the stuff we're moaning about is actually bearing fruition on the pitch, and we're being run like a business, and we are seeing a better quality of player, and we are seeing a team that gets us off our seats, and we are going to the match looking forward to it. You don't mind getting hit in the pocket, and you don't mind being run like a business if you see progression. But treating people like they did with the memberships and getting put into a ballot and giving all these promises that we're going to make a marquee sign and we want to put Everton back on the map. If you're promising all that, but nothing's happening on the pitch, this is where fans start to lose heart and get disinterested. And me, you, and a lot of Everton fans that we know were sort of on the borderline at the minute, because we were up there with the brand new stadium, with David Moyes coming back, with the end of the season that we had under the manager, with the new owners coming in and promising us marquee signings and talking about they want us to go back to the European football, and they want to put Everton back on the map, and they want to restore the former glories. We were up there. And then slowly but surely, from the end of the season, we're now on that line now where we need to see progression on the pitch. We need to see quality players coming in who could improve. We need to see not performances like we've seen in pre-season. So at the minute, we're on that line. But the way this transfer window is going and how slow it is and the shit that we're watching on the pitch in pre-season, we're going to start falling below that line. And I think that's what's happening to a lot of Everton fans now. We were up there, and quite quickly but surely we're dropping now, and we're getting back into this mood of what does next season bring? What's this team going to give us? What are these owners going to give us? How long will they give David Moyes? Are we going to replace the likes of, you know, a right back? Are we going to bring a quality right back in? Are we going to bring a quality winger in? Are we going to bring another striker in? All these questions are up in the air, and until September, when the transfer window ends, it's going to be hard to predict where Everton finish. But I'm telling you now, if we don't see quality signings coming in, and a lot of the dross that we've watched last night, not the first names on that team sheet like they have been for years, if that doesn't change, then I'm going to say it now on here, it's a season of struggle.
Last question. I've got one last question because I want to get your opinion on this. So David Moyes, as you know, is in New York, and the team are over in America. He did an open mic night where he was talking about Everton and some of the stories and his plans and whatever. And he says, look, I'm not necessarily expecting this, but I can't see why we can't push for 6th.
Good chance.
Now, I asked the group this, me, you, Millsy. Surely that is just making a rod for his own back if we do not finish anywhere near that.
I don't think we're not finishing, mate. I'll tell you now, we won't. I hope I'm proved wrong. But David Moyes said, well, it is bad. But I'm listening. He's got high expectations, David Moyes. You know, that's very, very, very high expectations. That's expectations like he knows what players he's going to get through the door. When we've already been booted up the arse by Fofana because we're not hitting his ambitions. He can do better than Everton, and it hurts me to say that. He can play at a better. Say again.
And Douglas Luiz.
Yeah, and Douglas Luiz. These players can play at a better level than Everton Football Club. So as I said before, you can promise them all the project in the world. You can promise them wages. You can promise them a new shiny stadium. You've got bigger and better clubs coming in for you than Everton. Then you go there if you've got anything about you as a footballer. So David Moyes coming out saying he thinks Everton can finish 6th, doesn't know whether we will. The answer to your question, yes, he has made a rod for his own back, because I'm telling you now, you ask anyone on this video to drop in the comments where they think we will finish next season. Unless you get a couple of the blue tinted glasses brigades who can't see the wood for the trees in the comments, then no one says 6th. It's as simple as that. You put a poll on X, no one says 6th. And he's made a rod for his own back by saying that. And listen, me, you, and every Evertonian out there hopes we are proven wrong and we do finish that high. We'd love that. We'd love that more than anything. But it's very powerful words from the manager that thinking that he could possibly get this football club 6th next season, because I just don't see it.
Yeah, agreed. Right, look, we'll leave it there. I haven't got anything else to add, to be honest.
I think I've added enough.
Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Again, as we said, we send our love to Freddie and his family, and we are still sponsored by Flyers, so make sure you go and check them out. Yeah.
Good luck to the England ladies as well later. You know, give them our support from the Blue Boys Network. Good luck to them against Spain in the final. Let's hope they can bring it home again.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, guys, we will leave it there. Keep smiling. Up the toppies. Peace.